Today we're taking you along to a lesser known place near Grindelwald that literally has something for the whole family, including hikes, fun adventures, cool mountain restaurants, and an impressive gorge.
We're visiting Finksteg, and we'll tell you everything you need to know, including how to get here, how much it costs, and all the things you can do when you come.
If we haven't met, we're Jana and Brett. We help you travel Switzerland with confidence. In other words, we've done the research and planning for you so you can really maximize your trip to Switzerland.
Now, of course, you can take the cable car from Grindelwald to Finksteg, and we'll tell you about that later. But we prefer to get off the beaten path, so we're gonna lace up our shoes and hike there instead. We've arrived at Oberer Gletscher directly in front of Hotel Wetterhorn, which was also the site of Switzerland's first passenger aerial railway, which ran from 1908 to 1914. From here, we're hiking 3.5 kilometers to Finksteg, which is posted about an hour and 20 minutes and has about 240 meters of uphill. So let's get going.
Our hike starts by crossing a few different rivers, and they may not look like much, but the water is actually coming down from the upper Grindelwald Glacier, and apparently they can surge at any time, so no swimming in the water. Not that you would want to anyway, because it's probably really cold.
Not gonna lie, the first part of this hike is pretty steep, but after about 20 or 25 minutes, you'll reach Milchbach, which looks like it used to be a really cool place to stop, catch your breath, and maybe have a refreshment, but doesn't look like it's been open for a while, so I'm hoping from here it's relatively flat and easy to Finksteg.
Let's be honest, the reason Brett really wanted to hike this trail was because of this tunnel. Whoa, it is so dark in here, I cannot even see the end. I have no idea how long it is, but I did read that it was built in 2005 and 2006 after a rock fall fell and destroyed the trail, so now you can still cross safely. So let's go see how long this is. Made it to Finksteg. The trail was pretty easy and we only passed one other couple along the way, but if you do decide to take the cable car up instead, here is everything you need to know.
The Finksteg Bahn is at the end of the village of Grindelwald. The Finksteg Bahn is at the end of the village of Grindelwald. You can ride bus 122 from the Grindelwald train station, not Grindelwald terminal, in the direction of Grindelwald Gletscherschlucht to the Grindelwald Finksteg Bahn stop. Wow, that was a mouthful. It's a 5-minute ride and it's the 4th stop. By the way, it's free if you're staying in Grindelwald and have the Grindelwald guest card, or you could probably walk in about 15 minutes. In just 5 minutes, the cable car whisks you to the top, and it runs every 15 to 20 minutes, so you shouldn't really have to wait very long.
And while we're on the topic of things you should know, Finksteg is only open from mid-May to mid-October. Before you visit, check the webcam for a glimpse of the weather. This is not a place to visit on a rainy day because at the first sign of rain, the activities close. Speaking of activities, let's go play.
We've done summer toboggan runs like this a few times before, so when we saw there was one at Finksteg, we got pretty excited. But instead of explaining it to you, let's show you instead.
Grab a seat, wait for the green light, then push the handle down to accelerate and start your adventure. You'll zip around curve after curve, so you'll probably need to pull that handle back to slow down a bit. After 725 meters of track, you reach the end of your ride. Well, sorta. You don't have to hike back up and lug your cart with you. Stay seated as you and your cart are pulled all the way back up to the top. My eyes are watering like crazy.
It's actually hard to sit in the thing coming up.
Adults can ride by themselves or with a partner, but kids ages 4 to 7 must ride with an adult. And if for whatever reason you're not riding and you want to catch your family and friends going by, you can stand over here on the observation platform, watch them zip around a curve. On to our next adventure, this one's in the trees.
Strap on your harness that's hooked up to the rollers. For the next 2.5 minutes, you'll cruise through 350 meters in the woods. You're secured to stainless steel pipes that gracefully glide you along at 8 to 12 kilometers an hour. Soak in the serenity of nature and feel free to kick your legs a bit too. Just don't try to swing.
This time the guy offered to let me go backwards, so I'm literally hooked in doing the same ride but in the opposite direction. It feels so weird to be going backwards, but you get a totally different perspective. Oh. Careful, it stops really fast at the end and I totally just whacked my head on this. The guy also said another great reason to ride backwards is because you get an amazing view of Grindelwald on your ride back up.
The nice thing about both the toboggan run and the fly line is you don't have to worry about going back to the top when you're finished. This thing pulls you all the way back up to the start line, so if you want to go again, you're already strapped up and ready to go. The fly line is not a zip line, and so I thought there was a chance it might be kind of lame,
I kind of thought this might be not very cool.
especially when I saw the speeds it goes at. And I've never done something like this where you're literally swinging through the trees, but that was really fun.
It's really fun and way more relaxing than I expected. Just literally kind of floating through the trees.
I've done a toboggan before, so there wasn't an element of surprise, but I think I might have enjoyed this fly line the most. And it honestly felt a little bit faster than it actually was.
And I accidentally just kicked a branch, oops.
Okay, here's the thing. One toboggan ride for adults costs 6 francs, and a fly line ride costs 12. So you might be glad to know they offer the Pfingstdag Fun Package. With the Fun Package, you get 1 round-trip cable car ride, 3 times on the fly line, and 3 rides on the toboggan. If you literally just showed up and paid in full for all that, it would cost you 82 francs, so the Fun Package saves you 16. But unless you plan to ride the fly line 3 times and the toboggan once, or ride the fly line twice and the toboggan 3 times, then this package just doesn't really make sense. And if you're traveling with the Berner Oberlin Pass, you'll actually lose money buying the Fun Package, even if you enjoy both activities 3 times.
So if you really want to get your adventure on, we think it's worth checking out their tickets for multiple trips on the fly line or the toboggan. This will definitely save you money, and better yet, you can use them for multiple people.
If you've watched our other videos, then you know that we're huge fans of Swiss train passes, and Pfingstdag is the perfect example of why. You cannot drive up here, so you'll have to take the cable car, and you might as well save some money while you're at it. The standard round-trip ticket for adults is 28 francs. If you have the Grindelwald guest card or Jungfrau travel pass, then you'll save about 5.5 francs. However, it gets better. If you have the Swiss travel pass or half fare card, you get 50% off. And finally, if you hold the Berner Oberlin Pass, our favorite train pass, then you can ride to and from Pfingstdag for completely free. In fact, if you have the Swiss family card, then your kids ages 6 to 15 can also ride for free. Otherwise, their ticket costs 14 francs. And as usual, kids under 6 are always free.
We don't want to overwhelm you with numbers, so as always, you can head over to our blog to find all of this info, a complete price list, and their opening dates and time to help you plan your visit to Pfingstdag.
If those activities don't make you feel like a kid again, then this playground definitely will. There's a zip line, a bouncy house, slides, swings, and some game we've never seen before.
And if your kids aren't worn out yet, there's this cool tunnel. Or they can do a treasure hunt. They follow 9 different boards all around Pfingstdag, which are in both German and English. They learn about the myths of Grindelwald, and then they fill out these puzzles for a chance to win a sky dinner for their family.
And for grown-ups, there's a foosball table, some lounge areas, and a grill spot. You could bring your food to cook right here on the grill, or you can eat in the restaurant.
In fact, if you really want to spend your whole day up here, you can book the sky dinner for 4 to 8 people or the candlelight dinner for 2. And this is where you ride up and down slowly in the Pfingstdag gondola for 2.5 hours at sunset while you eat a meal of traditional Swiss food. And like I said, Pfingstdag really is for everybody because there's also an aperitif where you can ride up and down and have local meats, cheeses, and wine in the gondola also at sunset. How cool is that?
There are also tons of hikes you could do from here, including uphill to the Barrack Hut or even further to see a glacier. But we're headed downhill from here to take you on our next adventure.
Our next activity is going to be gorgeous. That's because we're going to see my favorite landscape, a gorge. Grindelwald Gorge snakes along 1 kilometer through 300-meter high walls beside the Lütschine River. The average temperature is only around 10 degrees Celsius, so be sure to bring your jacket.
You can obviously hike here from Pfingstdag like we did, or it's a 20-minute walk from the bottom cable car station. You could also take bus 122 from Grindelwald or Pfingstdagbahn to Gletscherschlucht, which is the last stop. Or you can also drive here too.
Grindelwald Gorge is just one of 16 things that we featured in a recent video about things to do near Grindelwald. So if you're planning a trip to Grindelwald, be sure to check that out for food, hikes, adventures, and more. See you in Switzerland.